Drivers swerving their tires, even though they're still on pit road. They're trying to get as much heat in them as they can.
They'll heat up pretty quickly as they get ready to get back out on track.
Well, what's interesting is, what do these guys do? Do they leave hard and try to run as hard as they can? You see right now, nobody is. Daniel Suarez, the first car, he's coming through the S's at a slow pace, which surprises me a little bit. If the tires like heat and they're hard, I'm not so sure there's a benefit in doing this, but everyone's doing it.
Dave, what's going on with the 60?
On a weekend that Trevor Bayne needs a good run on Sunday, they definitely wanted to run him on Saturday. First Xfinity Series race of the season for Trevor. And what I was told by crew chief Drew Blickensderfer was that everything about this process in Xfinity is about the Cup car. They ran one lap to start with, then they ran another lap. They'll only run one lap in Cup qualifying tomorrow morning. So that was to the plan. And as of what he did behind the wheel, he said he overslowed the race car. These cars are very different than the Cup cars, and what cost him time on that first run was overslowing the 60 car. So he'll try to let it roll this time, be a little bit freer, and see how far forward he can move that 60.
Remember, it's the same tires as the Cup cars have, but these cars make less power. So they're going slower down the straightaway, which means you don't have to slow them down as much to get through the corner. So when you get out of a Cup car and get into an Xfinity car, it's easy to put, like you reported, overslow the car. Means you're just using more brake, but you don't have to in these cars because the straightaway speed is less.
Up through the S's goes Suarez, Mike.
Rick, he's somewhat inexperienced when it comes to racing these cars on a road course. Only 3 road course races in his background so far in the Xfinity Series, with his best finish being at Mid-Ohio last year and 11th. Obviously, he's trying to improve on that, so between practices, he had a conversation with his teammate, Kyle Busch, poked his head in the window, just talking to him a little bit about various corners, how to get in, how to get out. One other thing I wanted to point out as well, while I was talking with Suarez between practices, I noticed his right wrist is still bandaged, still suffering the consequences of an injury suffered in Daytona, and that hard wreck. Said there's been fluid building up in it. He's in a lot of pain. They can't address it right now. Probably will have to have surgery at the end of the season. And Jeff, trying to drive around here with an injured wrist, shifting as many times as you have to, I can imagine that'd be pretty difficult.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult. But Suarez with a good time right there of 11:22. Menard, though, beat him with an 08. So right now, Menard is fast.
Again, I'll remind you that Kyle Busch never won a pole in the Xfinity Series. And currently he is second quickest to Paul Menard.
We see Joey Logano down there tracking almost 0.3 of a second better than Menard. And 81, 70-81.
Logano has now set the pace. Justin Allgaier was in the green for just a moment. 9 of the 12 drivers have taken a time. Kyle Larson flying through the bus stop.
That is an impressive lap by Joey Logano. He did run an 11:34. He picked up a half a second in this session.
Track record 70.953 prior to what Logano just ran. Logano setting the new track record at Watkins Glen for the Xfinity Series, as Kyle Larson still on his run, but half a second off of what Logano has run.
Jeff, but you mentioned at the top, with 5.5 minutes left. Is that enough time for Kyle Busch or Menard to come in, cool down with hotter tires, warmer tires, go out and find more speed? I think someone's going to try to make a second run.
Saw Kyle Busch, though, after his run, he slowed down. He wasn't in a hurry to get back to pit road. So if you do want to try to make that second run, you've got to run the lap all the way back around, and to try, so you do have time to cool it down. It didn't look like to me that he had that sense of urgency.
Larson, 0.2 of a second. So Larson goes 4th quickest on his first lap, trying a second lap. 5 minutes to go. They're going to have an opportunity to go back out if they want to.
He's using all the racetrack. No question about that. If they throttle hard, on the racetrack, right against the wall, coming to get the start finish, going to be at the checkered, but pretty far off. He is not going to have time to make a run. That's going to pretty much lock him in. But Steve, you and I are watching out the window. Sense of urgency has started on pit road.
Yeah, you mentioned the 18 didn't hustle back to pit road. Well, when they pushed him back, there was a hustle to get the cool-down unit plugged in. That's what those lines are going into the hood, is they'll cool the engine. As Brendan Gaughan rolls off pit road to make his first attempt in this final session, I do expect with 4:17 left, so basically about a minute 20. Leaving pit road, you need about a minute 20 to take the green flag. So they still have just under 3 minutes to cool this 18 car.
And I see the 19 car is cooling down, the 2 car is cooling down, the 3 car is cooling down. So these guys may try a second run.
Kyle Busch was fastest in the first round. And then Logano goes out and sets a new track record with his run. His first run of round 2, Brendan Gaughan. This is his first time on the track. He still has yet to post a speed and time for this qualifying effort. Kyle Larson on track as well. He goes way wide, exiting the carousel. Getting out of the way of Brendan Gaughan.
Brendan's coming to get the green.
We'll see if Brendan Gaughan will have anything for Joey Logano. And here he goes to take the green. How long will the 18 sit on pit road before he decides to come out onto the track?
Well, I think he'll be sitting there when Brendan Gaughan finishes his lap. Brendan Gaughan should finish with about 2 minutes and 5 seconds, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. I think Kyle Busch can sit there for about another 30 or 40 seconds after this lap and get his lap in.
See Brendan with a wiggle off of turn 2 as he started up the S's. Got him offline just a little bit.
You see how much that speed carries all the way down the backstretch. Just continues to lose a little bit of time.
Checking the tires on the 18 before they send Kyle out onto the track. Checking the tire pressure. And the 2, the 19, they begin to roll. Once again, other cars on the track could come into play. Brendan Gaughan 0.8 of a second off of what Logano has set.
3 of Ty Dillon rolls. I expect in the next 30 seconds, the 18 of Kyle Busch, we see the 60 of Trevor Bayne rolling off. Pit road as Brendan Gaughan's completing his lap. The track is getting busy again here with a minute 50 left.
And remember, we talked about the strategy of how hard you come to the start-finish line. I think with these warmer tires, you might come to the start-finish line a little slow coming to get to speed because you're just going to drive more heat into the tires. But with only a minute 40 left, you're going to have to hustle around. You're not going to be able to just pace your way around, go slow, and not heat the tires up.
The 1 is going out, the 22 is going back out. We just saw the 18 make his way out onto the track.
And I agree with you, Jeff. With a minute 25, you know, the 18, I think has enough time to make it if he hustles, but he cannot really take too much time going up through the S's and down the backstretch. Daniel Suarez, without a doubt, will have time to take the green flag here.
Again, in a perfect world, I think on hot tires, you'd like to go around as slow as you could and not get going until you get out of the long right-hander to build your speed to get to the start-finish line. But that's not going to be an option for these cars in the left lane, mainly Kyle Busch.
So the green chips next to the names indicate guys that are on the track right now on the clock is Daniel Suarez, with Menard, Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Trevor Bayne, Ty Dillon, Justin Allgaier, Elliott Sadler, all on the track trying for a second run.
It's just going to be that black from Logano is so impressive. It's almost 3/10 clear of second place. It'll amaze me if anyone can improve that much.
Allgaier just went by, and he is 9th quickest.
But remember, we always put an emphasis on the pole. And can you get the pole? But remember, if you can improve your time, then you advance your position. So sometimes this isn't just a matter of trying to sit on the pole. It's trying to go from 8th to 5th. That's a big difference on a road course.
Clock just ran out. Keselowski was able to get by the start-finish line before the clock ran out.
You see Kyle Busch down on the comparison. He's about 3.5 tenths off from Joey Logano right here. We're watching Daniel Suarez about a half a second off. Menard is tracking back in the right direction though, about 17/100ths. He needs to find a little bit of speed as well.
Suarez stays 6th quickest.
A little slower than his first lap.
Menard improves his time, but not his position. So the question is, does Kyle Busch have anything left in it? 2.5 tenths off. I believe he's going to improve from 5th. Does he have enough to get all the way to Logano? He gains a little bit of time getting into the left-hander.
A little loose, though, through 6.
I'm glad you called it 6. I still call it the left-hander, Rick.
And Kyle Busch is still going to be starting 5th and still without a road course pole.
Keselowski, though, looks like he might jump up into the 2nd position. He does.
Logano and Keselowski will start 1st and 2nd. Impressive laps out of Team Penske. Joe Logano with his 31st Xfinity Series pole. That's second most to Kyle Busch, but he'll